Teen Mom stars Catelynn Lowell and Tyler Baltiera's new business has been revealed. Tyler has been on OnlyFans and the couple have penned a book. Yet, this is something new but somewhat familiar for them that could help generate a decent income. Keep reading for more details on it. Catelynn Lowell and Tyler Baltiera's new business revealed. It has been a struggle for Catelynn Lowell and Tyler Baltiera since they first appeared on 16 and Pregnant. They were pregnant teens but wanted to give their baby more than what they had. Therefore, they put their daughter, Carly, up for adoption, and she went to an amazing family. More so, it was open so they were able to keep in touch with Brandon and Teresa Davis. Unfortunately, Kate and Tyler never got over giving Carly up, and it has haunted them ever since. What has made it even harder is Brandon and Teresa have since blocked Catelynn, Tyler Baltiera, Catelynn Lowell. The visits with Carly were shown on the 16 and Pregnant spinoff, Teen Mom. She was able to attend Tyler and Kate's wedding and meet her siblings Nova, Veda, and Raya. Yet, there came a point where Carly's adoptive parents decided Kate and Tyler would not have their yearly visit. That caused Catelynn to go on a social media rampage, and eventually, she was cut off from Carly. Both she and Tyler have had their say, and it is about to continue on a different platform and in a new format. Catelynn Lowell, Tyler Baltiera. According to RTM Chatter, Catelynn Lowell and Tyler Baltiera did a photo shoot. It appears to be one for a podcast. However, a while back, they had been in talks to do one for Teen Mom alum, Kaylin Lowry's network. At least she would drop hints that this would be a possibility. Now, it seems that it is coming to fruition, and it made its way to Reddit. So, were fans excited about this prospect, or are they over the couple? It did not look too promising for the duo who tried to launch their own spin-off almost a decade ago. After Teen Mom fans saw that Catelynn Lowell and Tyler Baltiera may be doing a podcast, they did not have the kindest things to say. Well, if their dedication to accomplishing anything in the past is any indication, we're looking at 4 podcasts total maybe. What will they talk about? How to get tire marks out of thongs. Another failed podcast venture, great. There's no way they would do this longer than one 10-minute episode. Others felt it would be a way to speak out to Carly. Knowing them, the only reason they are even entertaining this is to be sure Carly knows the truth. It'll be titled Carly Come Home. Someone noted that Tyler did mention in a live that they would be doing a podcast about adoption. Maybe if it was somebody else, people would listen. Unfortunately, they have all but alienated their audience. Would you listen to a podcast by them? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. In a move that blends personal catharsis with public entrepreneurship, longtime Teen Mom stars Catelynn Lowell and Tyler Baltiera are stepping into the podcasting arena. The couple, who have documented their lives for over a decade since their poignant debut on 16 and Pregnant, appear to be launching a new show, with speculation heavily pointing toward a platform centered on their most defining and painful life event, the adoption of their first daughter, Carly. This venture comes after a period of intense public friction with Carly's adoptive parents, and a mixed reception from a fan base that has watched their every move for years. The news first broke via fan accounts and social media sleuths after the couple was spotted participating in a professional photo shoot, with set details hinting strongly at a podcast production. While neither Lowell nor Baltiera has made an official announcement, the evidence is mounting, confirming their entry into the increasingly crowded podcast landscape. A journey defined by a heartbreaking decision. For those who have followed their story, the potential subject matter is no surprise. Catelynn and Tyler became symbolic figures for a difficult, selfless choice when, as pregnant teenagers from challenging home environments, they chose an open adoption for their daughter, Carly. They selected Brandon and Teresa Davis, a couple they believed could provide the stability and opportunities they felt unable to offer at the time. This decision, while made with love, cast a long shadow over their lives. Their ongoing grief, hope, and complex relationship with the adoption have been a central narrative arc throughout their time on MTV's Teen Mom franchise. Fans watched as they navigated the joys and pains of open adoption, seeing Carly at visits, introducing her to their subsequent daughters, Nova, Veda, and Raya, and even having her as a guest at their wedding. A relationship fractures and a platform emerges. However, the open adoption agreement has strained to its breaking point in recent years. The Davis family, citing privacy concerns for their growing daughter, began to limit contact. The situation reached a tipping point when a planned yearly visit was canceled, leading to an emotional and public social media rampage from Catelynn. The consequence was severe. Brandon and Teresa made the decision to sever communication entirely, blocking Catelynn and effectively cutting them off from updates on Carly's life. This profound loss has left a raw and open wound for the couple. Tyler has spoken openly about the grief, and Catelynn has shared her struggles with depression and mental health, often intertwined with the trauma of the adoption. Now it seems they are seeking a new outlet to process this pain and control their own narrative. Sources and hints, including from Tyler himself in a live stream, suggest the podcast will be explicitly about adoption. Fan reaction, a chorus of skepticism and concern. The revelation of their podcast plans, which first gained traction on platforms like Reddit, has been met with a wave of skepticism from the teen mom viewing community. While some fans remain loyal supporters, a significant portion of the online commentary questions the couple's follow-through and the podcast's potential focus. Many critics point to the couple's history of starting and abandoning projects. One user cynically predicted, well, if their dedication to accomplishing anything in the past is any indication, we're looking at 4 podcasts total, maybe. There's no way they would do this longer than 110 episode. This sentiment reflects a weariness from some fans who have watched various business ventures from the couple come and go over the years. The more pressing concern, however, revolves around the intended audience. A prevalent theory among critics is that the podcast may serve as a misguided attempt to communicate with Carly directly or to publicly litigate their grievances with the Davis family. Comments like, knowing them, the only reason they are even entertaining this is to be sure Carly knows the truth. And it'll be titled, Carly Come Home, highlight the fear that the podcast could become an unhealthy, one-sided platform that further alienates the very people they hope to reach and could potentially complicate Carly's life as she grows older. A crossroads for Catelynn and Tyler. This new podcast venture represents a critical juncture for Catelynn and Tyler. On one hand, it offers a legitimate platform to share their unique and painful experience with adoption from the birth parent's perspective, which could provide solace and community for others in similar situations. Their story is one of enduring grief and love, and giving voice to that complexity has inherent value. On the other hand, the project walks a fine ethical line. To be successful and respected, it would need to focus on their personal healing and advocacy, rather than functioning as a public diary addressed to their estranged daughter or her parents. The couple must navigate the delicate balance between sharing their truth and respecting the privacy and boundaries of a child who is at the center of their story but did not choose a public life. As they prepare to launch this new chapter, the question remains, will Catelynn and Tyler's podcast be a constructive step toward healing and helping others, or will it be perceived as another volatile chapter in their very public, and often very painful, relationship with adoption? The microphone is now in their hands, and the audience is waiting to hear what they have to say. What are your thoughts on Catelynn and Tyler starting a podcast? Do you think it's a positive step for them, or are you concerned about the potential focus? Share your opinions in the comments below.